We're starting to get into some fairly complex C structures now. Probably shouldn't use the word structure, into some complicated C topics here. So I just want to show you some of these things. I'm not going to ask you to try to do anything with them, but just be aware that these guys exist. This is a union. A union looks like a structure, except it has the word union and then the tag, just like a struct had a tag. So that's the name so that we can refer to it and create other unions in the future. This is the union declaration, so we can see here, and then this is an actual initialization of a union value or variable with no value given to it. Now, the interesting thing about unions is that unions share the very same memory space. They are aligned on the same byte boundary. So here's what's happening here. We have an integer x, and we believe that x is going to be in our installation here, our implementation, it's going to be 4 bytes long. So the characters A, B, C, and D are going to sit in those same exact 4 bytes of memory. So an int char can be set equal to int char.a, int char.b, .c, and .d for those members, because those are 4 different members of the union, or int char.x can be set equal to an integer value. And it's very interesting. You can do some interesting address manipulation, variable manipulation, working with bytes out of a larger type. So we know that integers are larger, longs larger yet, but we may want to pull an individual byte out of an int, or we may want to pull a base or an offset value out of a memory address. Well, we can have a pointer here and then have 4 characters under it, which will give us access to the individual bytes of an address. And if an address in your implementation is 8 bytes, it also depends on the memory model that you're compiling in, whether the pointer is 4 bytes or 8 bytes. So a lot of different things come into play here. You probably won't have to do anything with unions. You may not even ever see a union used in your C programming that you start to do. But I do want you to be aware of them and understand that all of the other rules of structures and structure pointers, using the dash greater than member reference from a pointer, using the dot member reference if you have just a variable name itself, a union name, all of those things still apply. You can have arrays of unions and so on. All of that is exactly the same, just that the members of a union occupy the same memory.